Today is February 14th. Today's quote is entitled, "We are the most fortunate." One of the big obstacles to chanting good japa is a lack of appreciation of our good fortune. It is so rare that Mahaprabhu appears in this particular incarnation to give the premanama that we are among the most fortunate souls in the universe. Why? The holy name can take us from the lowest position of material existence to the highest position of spiritual perfection. And we don't require any qualification to chant the maha-mantra. If we remember this, then while we chant our rounds, we will constantly be appreciating the great fortune that has fallen upon us. And this will cause us to increase our taste and desire for chanting. This is very, very important. One of the problems or challenges when we're not chanting well is that we're not appreciating. And as I said a few days ago, it just becomes a chore. Actually, I've said this many times because it's so important, you can't say it enough. Chanting is a chore, just get it done. That means a lack of appreciation. Anything you take for granted, anything that's a chore, means you're lacking appreciation. It could be a person, it could be for a thing, it could be for a practice. So let's look at things in a perspective that can give us appreciation. Mahaprabhu comes once every 8 billion years. That's not often. Of course, he comes in every Kali Yuga, but not in this form. But once in every 8 billion, he gives the premanama, the nam that can give love of Krishna in the mood of the residents of Braja. That's very special and that's very rare. And only rare and fortunate people have the opportunity to develop that kind of love of Krishna. And that's the kind of love Mahaprabhu was giving. That's what he came to give. And somehow or other, he came to give it to us, the most fallen. We're still here, it's Kali Yuga. We've stuck around this long. That means we're fallen. And that makes the fortune even greater, because something so valuable is being given to people who are so unqualified for it. Now, sometimes I give the example, you open up a gold and diamond shop in a slum, and you tell the people, come, everything is free, all you need to do is wear it. If you will wear this jewelry, I will give it to you. It's something like that. Mahaprabhu is saying, come, if you'll just take the holy name, I'll give it to you. You don't have to pay for it. You just have to take it and use it. That's the only price. And what it will produce is something that even great yogis, great sadhus, after doing severe austerity or all kinds of yajnas and samskars and chanting all kinds of mantras, cannot achieve. We can achieve that. That's amazing. And it's really, really valuable for improving our chanting to be in that mood, to be appreciating it. Maybe you don't have to exactly be thinking of those things, but in general, thinking of the great fortune that you and I have to be able to chant the holy name and the power of the holy name and what it's doing. Think like that when we're chanting. That will help us tremendously. Tremendously. Chanting becomes so relishable when you're in the mood of appreciation, when you're grateful, when you feel fortunate to have the holy name. It just becomes a different experience than that chore, got to get my rounds done, I don't want to do this. You don't want to chant that way. That's like death to the holy name, and in a sense, paralyzes your spiritual life or handicaps you. You don't move forward if you chant that way. So you can experiment with this before you chant or while you're chanting. Try to go into this mode of appreciation. Just feel so grateful that you have the holy name. Feel so fortunate and special amongst all the 8 billion people on the planet. We're just a small percentage that are seriously taking the holy name and benefiting from it. So who can imagine our great fortune? It's inconceivable. And when you appreciate your great fortune, then you take it more valuably. I like to give the example of a pen that cost $1. I give you a pen that costs $1, I see you next year. Probably you won't have that same pen. I mean, a few of you will, because you take care of things, but most of you probably won't have it, or if you do, you won't really know where it is, or maybe you forget what it looks like. But if I give you a gold pen, worth, let's say, $3,000 or $4,000, it's a good chance you're going to have that pen, you're going to know where it is, you're going to cherish it, and so forth. So let's not make the holy name like the $1 pen. Let's make it like the $5,000 pen. And cherish it and relish it. Hare Krishna. Jai Prabhupada.